What was that like for you kind of building something aimed at such like a deeply human problem, right? Like focus on the opioid addiction. And I know you were also doing it through the lens of hardware as well.
Um, my so at the time I was in college, right? Um, my uncle was suffering from cancer, was staying with us as he was undergoing treatment. Because he was going through chemo, they prescribed him painkillers, and he was walking. I was helping take care of him. I was helping carry him up the stairs. And one of those days where I was not home, it was after a semester ended. It was in May. I was back for some sort of break. I was not there that day. I was gone for a day, and he had taken one too many of he was basically you're supposed to intersperse like how often you take medication, and especially a painkiller. And he had forgotten that he had taken his Oxycontin, and he took another one like about 2 hours later. And while he was going up the stairs, he sort of like lost consciousness and fell down the stairs. And a couple days later, he passed away. And I just yeah, I was just and I just remember thinking, like, so stupid. Like, why? Like, it's so dumb that this is like a thing that can happen. Like, there's so much ridiculous control from, from when a you know drug like OxyContin is made to when it is like given to a person, and then it's thrown in this little orange bottle with a little snap and push lid, or push and twist lid, and then just like, out in the world, there you go. Like, have fun, do whatever you want with it. And I just remember thinking, like, this is such a ridiculous, like, way to go. Like, it should not have happened. Right. And so was thinking about that problem for a while, and I was like, why? There's like no last mile control, no last mile preventative measure to make sure that somebody doesn't accidentally take their medication. What the hell? And so I had just gotten a 3D printer, and I was thinking, like, what if, like, there should be some sort of timer on a cap, like this, like, this doesn't really make any sense. And so we had spent my best friend at the time, Peter, like literally co-founder today. He and I were he actually grew up like a town or two away from me back, and so we were hanging out. We were working on my 3D printer, CAD'd up basically what amounted to be like it's somewhere here. If not, I could show you guys another time. Um, Basically CAD'd up like this cylindrical mechanism by which you could like distribute medication. Like I came up with this cool little mechanical mechanism to do it. But the whole notion was like you should have like reloadable capsules. You should have like a fingerprint scanner on the top of this, and it should be like synced with your prescription. Like you should not be able to take like a bunch of medication accidentally. And also, like, this is how, like, the way that the epidemic was spreading was like people would get medication prescribed to them, and then they would like sell the pills. So yeah. I learned a lot actually building that. It was like crazy, awful timing. It was more of like trying to solve the problem and get the solution out there than like me trying to like build a start do anything. No funding. This was like me and Peter with like a 3D printer and trying to, Peter and I were both at Hopkins. And so we thought like, oh, this like might be a thing we could like give to people in like NIDA. And then as we had like built out like a functional prototype, COVID hit. And so it was just like really, really awful timing. We were out of luck. Like nobody would take meetings with us. Obviously the entire medical complex shifted to focus on COVID. And so we basically put it down because we still have the CAD files. 'Cause I think like we
That's a
figured
cool
out like
product.
it's really neat. And it's
Needed.
super, super simple, really cheap to make. And so I think we actually came up with like the densest packing of like pills into the a way to distribute them that like you probably can.